Hi everyone, so let's do yesterday's daily Rico challenge question. I did not do it yesterday, so I'm doing it today, and it's already 6:44 p.m. So I will try to do it within 15 minutes. Sorry. Okay, so question is 1043 partition array for maximum sum. I've not seen this question before, and I'm looking at this question for the first time. Let's see. Given an integer array, partition the array into contiguous subarrays of length at most k. After partitioning, each subarray has their values changed to become the maximum value of that subarray. Okay, so the question is saying that if there is an array of 1, 15, 7, 9, 2, 5, 10 k is equal to 3, then we are given an array. We need to partition the array into contiguous subarrays of at length at most k, right? So length means 3. It means I need to 15, 7. So one array can be this one, and another array can be 15, 7, 9, right? Length at most k. So maximum is k. It means that I can also change it into 1, 15 or 15, 7 or 7, 9. At most k means, or it can be 1, 15, 7. So this is the subarray of length k, right? I mean 1. Each subarray has their value changed to become the maximum value of that subarray. And I need to return the largest sum of the given array after partitioning. Okay. I need to return the largest sum. I need to return the largest sum of the given array after partitioning. Test cases are generated so that the so after I partition it like this, contiguous subarrays of length at most k. I don't think I have understood this question. Partition the array into contiguous subarrays of length at most k. And after partitioning, each subarray has their values changed to become the maximum value of that subarray. Does it mean values changed to become the maximum value of that subarray? I don't understand how this becomes this. So the sum of all this is 84, right? 15, 15, 10, 10, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 4, yeah. So the whole sum is 84. Largest sum of the given array after partitioning. After partitioning each, I don't understand this. After partitioning, each subarray has their values changed to become the maximum value of that subarray. So suppose if I partition this, okay, 115 and then 7, 9, 2, 5, 10, right? So this is one way to partition the array into contiguous subarrays of length at most k, right? And each subarray has their value changed to become the maximum value of that subarray. So the maximum is 15 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 15 and I really do not understand this question. This is so funny. I mean, this doesn't happen much with me, that I do not understand the question after 5 minutes. But I do not understand the word partition. Partition the array into contiguous subarrays of length at most k. So what does, if there is an array and it is saying that I need to partition the array into sub arrays of length at most k, right? Partition. Okay, so this is how I partition, right? This is one way to partition of sub arrays of length at most k. So I partitioned it here, one part, two part. So I divided this into three sub arrays, one sub array to three sub arrays. Is this not a way to partition? Is this the correct definition of partition? Am I partitioning it correctly? Given an integer array, partition the array into sub arrays of length at most k. I need to partition the array. Partition means divide the array, right? Divide the array into sub arrays. So that's what I'm doing here. But what does it mean? After each sub array has there, so okay, this line is clear. Now let's confirm this line, what this means. After partitioning, each sub array has the value changed to become the maximum value of that sub array. So each sub array has the values changed to become the maximum value of that sub array. Each sub array has the values changed to become the maximum value of that sub array. What does it mean? Each sub-array has their value changed to become the maximum value of that sub-array. Does it mean like 15? Oh, 15, 15 and 9, 9. Oh, got it. Yeah, I got it. I just got it. So 15 and 15. What I got is, this is 15 and 15, and this can be, so suppose this is how I partition this array, okay? Then it will be, each sub array values will be changed, right? 9, 9, and it can be 10, 10, 10, right? This can be the case, but I need to return the largest sum of the given array after partitioning, right? This array, I need to return the largest sum. So it means that I need to partition it in such a way that, okay, actually this was an easy question. Oh my god, why did I take so long to understand this? It just means that I need to partition the array into like sub arrays, and then all the values within, not even sub array, you know, I just need to divide this array into certain partition, and all the partition will have the same value, the maximum value. Okay, so it means that what I should do here is I should partition it in such a way that the maximum value will be in each partition. So if k is equal to 3, okay, then 1, 15 and 7, right? So as much as possible. So if I see 1, 15 and 7 and the largest value is 15 here, right? So it means that I should partition it in a 1, 15 and 7 way. I should partition it this way, because if a greater value is there in the partition, then I mean I need to partition it. If a bigger value is there, then I need to partition it fully, like k is equal to 3, because I want to convert the 7 also to 15, right? So that is why. But what if 16 was here? 16, 2, 5, 10. Then I think that I would just partition this at 1. How would I partition this? Then I would have partitioned this as 1, 15. Or would I partition this as 1, 15, 16? No. I think I would partition this as, suppose if it was 1, 15, 7, 16, 2, 5. Okay. Then where would I put this 7? I think I would just put the 7 number as 7 number here. 6, 2, 5, 10. Right, so that 7 will I just put 7 in the second partition because because the 16 is greater than 15, right? But what if, yeah, actually, since 16 is greater than 15, so I will just put 7 in the second partition. And suppose if this is the case, then I think that putting 7 in the first partition would be more valuable, right? 16, 2 and 5. I think this partition is much more, this will give much more sum than this, because we can see that there is 5 comma 1, and then 5 comma 1 will be 5 5. So this will not, so now 5 will become 16, but if we do this, then this will not become 16. So, and the utmost number that can be in one partition is just 3. So instead of 7 16 2, if we do 16 2 comma 5, then it will be more, or no, actually, I mean, one could not be 5 if we put 5 here. What if suppose if it will, suppose if it is 3, then 1 comma 15 comma 7. I'm just trying to do it in greedy approach. I'm not sure if I need to partition it all possible ways and then find a sum that is the greatest. I'm just trying to see if I can do it greedily. There is always a point, one point in while doing lead code questions where I feel like I want to give up. It's already 6:56 and I need to get to the airport to pick up my friend, and our flight, she will land at 7:20, I think 7:20 or 7:30, and airport is 15 minutes away from here, so I should leave by 7:17, I think. So I'll just do 10 minutes timer. Actually, I should see the solution, I guess. No, just 1 minute more, okay? How can I do this? There are arrays, and I need to partition it into sub arrays. 157 at most k. So if I put that value there in one sub array, I mean, I would want to put the maximum value where there is a lower one. Let's look at the solution because I do not have much time. Top-down dynamic programming. See, I was talking about this because I will need to do this. I'll need to look at all the possible values. Bottom-up dynamic programming and top-down dynamic programming. Wow, the problem sense would have been more clear. Thank God. I was not the only one. Oh, it is pretty clear, so not for him or all. I've not seen the solution. Still, I just know that, okay, this should be done by dynamic programming way. Obviously, because I need to do it all the possible ways, right? Because we just saw here this 115, like 7, sometimes this might be, sometimes this might be they give me the maximum sum according to what the values are here. So I kind of do not have any time, so sorry about that. 0 1 2 3 2 3 4. I think that I'll just look at the solution and then go within 7 minutes. I'll not even solve. We have an array of n integers, so I'll just read the solution. Okay, this is the first time I'm just leaving without solving, actually, by reading the question. But something is better than nothing, right? Like, I could not have done this question today, but at least I've seen the question and I'll look at the solution. Overview. We have an array of n integers which we can partition into any number of subarrays such that each subarray can have at most a length of k. After partitioning the array, the values in each subarray will change to the maximum value in that subarray. After partitioning the array, we have an array of n integers which can partition into, actually, like, we are going on in a vacation, like after my friend come in the, come at the airport, so we are going to so I'll just go to the airport, and from airport I'll go drive and go to another place. I'll go to Austin, and we will stay there today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. So, like, that's what I'm getting distracted because I'm just ready for a vacation. But I should focus and try to understand this answer within 6 minutes. So let's go. We have an array of n integers which we can partition into an array of subarrays such that each subarray can have at most a length of k. After partitioning the array, the values in each subarray will change to the maximum value in that subarray. We can observe that for each element we have two options. So choose this element in the current subarray, or choose to end there are two. First we choose an element in the subarray. It cannot be reused in another subarray. Each decision we make is affected by the previous decision we have made. Second, the problem asks us to maximize the sum when choosing the subarrays. So these are the two common characteristics of dynamic programming, and such. Okay, so second characteristic is that we need to maximize the sum, and first one is, dynamic programming is a programming paradigm. If we break its problem into subproblems, is to the result of each subproblem, use it when required. Okay. Yeah, obviously we could use it because if I suppose if I partition this way, then I can reuse it, obviously. At every index we can decide the length of the subarray with this index as the starting point, denoted as a start here. And we can, okay, so first of all I will just 0, 1 and 2, right? So okay, let's start from, at each index we can decide the length of the subarray with this start denoted as start. We can choose a subarray of any length from 1 to k, right? We can choose a subarray from 1 to k in the beginning. And suppose if we start from 0, then we will iterate over the elements and keep the maximum value we have found so far in the variable current max. When I choose to in the subarray, we will assume that each element need to be the maximum value in that subarray. For each element, we will find the total sum if we choose to keep the subarray equal to the sum of current subarray and maximum sum, of course. The sum of the current subarray will be current maximum into length of the subarray because each element's value. For the sum of the remaining array, we will make the recursive call to the function within the next index and the starting element of the array. For each index, we will choose subarrays of all lengths up to k and return the maximum for all these options. We will choose subarrays of all lengths up to k. Subarrays of all lengths. Okay, got it. The base condition in the recursive function would be when we have iterated over the complete array, in which case we should return 0. So we will have, as shown in the figure, notice that subtrees with green node as root are repeated, signifying that we must solve these problems more than once. And each node in the image represents an index of array. To address this issue, the first time we calculate sum for a certain index, we will store the value in an array. So it's like, if this is the first index, then this will be my second index. Okay. So either it can be 115 or 115.7. Either it can just be 1 or 115 or 15.7. If it's just 1, then 0. Or if it is 115 or 115.7, 115.7, right? Okay, and then also at 1 we will do the same, because it can start from 1, right? We are from 15. So from 15 it will be either 15.7, or 15.7 16, or 15.7 2. Okay, and from 2 again it is the same thing. From this from this index also it will be the same thing. So when I'm at this index, then it could have been just 1 and 15 and then 7 something, or 1 15 and then 7 something. So it means either it can be just 0 or 0 and 1 plus 2. So it is that way. And from this, and from 7, whatever the value is, it will just return. So it's like, so this is the node for 2, right? Since this is the node for 2, so whatever the node for 2 will return, it means that if I start from 7, then that will be my value that will be returned here. Suppose from 7 if I start, it will return this maximum sum of suppose 7 only. Then it will be added to these values, either 1 15 or 1 comma 15. Yeah, so this is what they're saying, right? Recursive call to the function with the next index as the starting element of the array. So here when they are saying that it is 2, then this will be called function 2. So this index, that function with this 2 index will be called. And for each sub index, right? So when we do 1, suppose 15, then the maximum value from 15 will be returned. Maximum of all that options. If I start from 15, then either it will be just 15 or 7 16, or sorry 15 or 15 7 or 15 7 16, right? So what is the maximum that value will be returned? To 1. This is a nice question. Oh yeah, I should have thought about it. Like, I was thinking about it. Why did I not think of the solution in the beginning? I was thinking, okay, can I do it by the greedy approach? But when I saw this, right, it was almost clear that I cannot use greedy approach for this, because I was trying to use greedy approach, but it just looked like there is not a greedy approach. There is not just one solution, you know. I cannot just find one thing, because as I was looking at this example, it was clear that okay, this is just not sufficient. See, 115, and I would not know which number to put here, where, you know, which one is the, I do not know which one is the perfect sub array, which one is the perfect partitioning without going through all the partitions. So if I had to go through all the partitions, then obviously I would have to do recursion and obviously dynamic programming, right? And dynamic, because I mean dynamic programming is just a recursion. It just uses the um, sub problem like 2. See, so 2, since 2 is already calculated, so it will just use 2, right, for the value of 0. So it just uses we just break problem into sub problems and store each sub problem. So that is what dynamic programming is here, and that's what we do here as well. कान्छु जाने होइन कल गरेर जाने हो र सिरियसली साँच्ची तँलाई मेसेज गरेको थियो 7:30 बजे ल्यान्ड हुन्छ भन्थ्यो अनि उनीहरू ल्यान्ड भएपछि हामी जाने हो र Actually, like, what I'm thinking is, I mean, I understood the approach, but what I'm thinking is like, how should I have thought to come to this answer in the beginning only? How should I have thought so that I could come up this approach in the beginning? I guess like this approach is actually so more exhaustive, and I was trying to find it too optimally. So I think what I should have done is I should have tried to do a brute force approach, because this just sounds like a brute force approach, because I'm going through all the possible solutions, right? I'm looking at 1 and then 115 and then 115 17. So if I just choose one, then I will look at another all the possibilities and then return the sum maximum sum to this one, add to 1, right? So I'm looking at all the possibilities here. That's why it's like a brute force. So yeah, I should have done that. Thought of doing the recursion on everything and then getting the maximum sum. 717. So I leave now. And the takeaway is, if you are sure that this problem cannot be solved by greedy approach and it needs recursive approach, then just think about it quickly, very quickly. Just think about what kind of recursion I can do, and here it would have been clear what kind of recursion I could do just by looking at it. So one just like this, right? Okay, yeah, I should be quick on finding all the approaches. That's very important. Okay, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Okay, bye everyone.